We have grown this e-commerce brand from 83,000 a month with a 2.55 return on the ad spend to 250 almost K a month with a 4.77 return on the ad spend, and this is the feedback that we got from our client. And this video I'm going to show you exactly how we did it without videos, so with static ads only, no UGCs, by adding more campaign rather than actually like simplifying everything to an ABO or CBO as everyone is suggesting nowadays, and without a guarantee in our offer. So the net growth that we had with this brand was like an increase in revenue by 198%, an increase in return on ad spend by 87% within 1 month of time frame. And I'm gonna show you here some proof. This is Google Ads, and as you can see here, March 1st of March until the 31st of March, we have generated 21K with a 3.47 return on the ad spend. And then in March, the revenue was 62K on Meta and 2.24 return on the ad spend. And this is what happened in April. So we have 1st of April until the 30th of April, where we got almost 50K in revenue from Google with a 5.17 return on the ad spend. And then on the other side, we have Meta with 200K almost in revenue and 4.68 return on the ad spend. So as you can see from the tool screenshot here, we raised the budget, and at the same time we also raised the actual return on the ad spend. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how we did it, like what are the actual strategies and what we actually did, not just within the ads manager, but also with the creatives and the offer, which at the end of the day were like the two most important things that actually helped us to generate the results that you see here. So how we actually did it, the actual results that we have generated came 50% from the offer, and then 40% from the creatives, and then 10% from the ads. And that's actually quite important, because I see a lot of time people that really all the time focus on ads, but in reality the problem is not within their ads, is either within the offer or within the creatives that they run. And I'm going to actually show you exactly like what we did in terms of ads, in terms of offer, in terms of creatives. And as you will see in terms of ads, we did something that actually no one is doing it nowadays. But what we did in terms of the offer was exactly what actually changed everything. Also in terms of creatives, which is something very important, because a lot of people still nowadays don't understand how to use creatives. They just copy from other brands' creatives, and they think that they can win like this. Okay, so in terms of ads, when it comes to Meta ads, they had a 90% of impact within the actual ad revenue itself, if we compare it to Google, which was only 10%. This is not in terms of revenue generated, but it's in terms of impact, because by performing better on Meta ads, we were able to also improve the Google ad, since a lot of people were searching for our brand and everything on Google Ads. So we had like a multi-channel strategy where people were looking for the brands on Google Ads, and of course we had our ad there as well. Anyways, what we did on Meta ads is something that actually no one does probably nowadays, which is don't use the test scale setup as probably you are using as well. Like you probably have an ABO or CBO setup, and then you're scaling within like another campaign. Then what we did, we moved into scaling campaign only. So basically we added more campaign, and instead of having everything within one campaign, we split campaigns by different products. So one campaign per product and one campaign per offer. And so one campaign per product per offer, plus 2 additional campaigns specifically for another offer. So in total we had 7 campaigns, 5 different products and 2 offer. And so basically what we did, we went from a setup with one campaign only, CBO, to a setup with 7 campaign. And so you might be asking consolidation, like a lot of people nowadays, they talk about consolidation and everything, but in this case we improve the results just by adding more campaigns. And this is actually quite tricky to explain, so I would rather suggest you to go watch the other videos in my channel, because I literally explain the actual strategy that we have used in this case. I think it's my actually previous video, just the one before than this one, but I also have other videos where I explain other strategies as well, so I highly recommend you to check. For Google Ads, what we did. So for Google Ads, we had one Performance Max shopping only campaign with brand exclusion with the top 20% of seller, like bestseller product. We switched the branded campaign from target impression share to maximize conversions. We had the dynamic search ads on top products, and we also used a Performance Max general for all the products, excluding the 20% products that we had. So as you can see, we didn't really push much on Google Ads. We just kept a very kind of simple setup, and most of the revenue was generated thanks to the Performance Max that we've used, especially from this campaign here, that we were pushing basically the top 20% products, like the bestseller within our store and the most searched product. And something also very important to mention here, which a lot of people usually make a mistake, is that they take the 20% bestseller of their overall store, but in reality you should check the 20% bestseller of Google Ads, because the kind of channel the Google Ad is different from Meta Ads, and so the kind of demand the Google Ads take, like with the ads itself, is a more aware demand. And so there might be some products in your store that are more fit for a more aware demand, and that's why you should focus on Google Ads on these products mainly when it comes to budget allocation. Now let's talk about creatives. This is the second most important thing. The most important thing is the offer that I'm going to go through later, but let's talk about creative, which is also very important. What we did in terms of creatives, we have increased the volume from 20% to 40 we have increased the volume from 20 creatives a week to 40 creatives per week that we have created. So we have basically just doubled the volume, but we doubled the volume in a smart way, because we didn't just create just random creatives, but what we did instead, we went deep into new audiences with new angles, which is basically what allows us to unlock scalability. And I'm going to explain everything in this graph here very soon, but let me finish this list first. Then what we did, we basically found more winners with this approach, and so more ads to scale, and so more consistency into the return on ad spend, and so we could basically just raise the budget. New set of creatives for a new offer. So we have drafted a new offer, and then we have prepared a set of creatives for this new offer. We use static ads only, no videos or no UGCs, because we noticed that with static ads we could produce much faster. Also in terms of margins, the clients was making also much higher margins, because they basically pay us based on winners only, so which it was like a deal for them to just push with static ads only. And we had to produce more to keep the frequency low to unlock scalability, but it wasn't really an issue because the performance were actually very good. And we also started using more creative message, so we literally didn't copy at all any competitor. Like, we didn't see anything from competitors, so the only thing that we actually analyzed were the angles, and then we came up with some ideas and concepts which were completely new, so something that the market hasn't kind of seen yet. And this, like, thanks to this, we were able to get a more engaged audience, and so lower CPMs, lower cost per click, and a high return on the ad spend. And these are also the things that you should consider to do. So let's talk about audience and like this point specifically here. What does it mean, new audiences and new angles to unlock scalability? Everything is basically in this chart, but before then going into this, I want to just talk about this book here. Probably you've heard about it. If not, I would highly recommend to go check. And so this book, like, there are some core concepts around this book, but what I want you to focus right now is like this here, which is the level of consumer awareness. And so effective ads, this is very important, effective ads meet consumers when they are unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. So what you have to do with ads, you need to create ads with a message which is specifically for each awareness stage. Now, if we talk about the audience, this is what is going to happen. So how we target new audience first? We don't target new audience through interest. We target new audience through ads creatives and angles. So once we find the audience, we draft a message which is specifically for that audience. And so we have audience A and audience B. Different target audiences have different kind of dimensions, so like kind of scalability that you can reach within each single audience. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to squeeze each single audience as much as possible to gather the highest return on ad spend revenue that you can. And what are those circles? So those circles are the single ad reach, which is the angle of each ad, which can be unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and we have different angle for aware audience, different angle for problem aware, different angle for solution aware. And so what you do with these different kind of angles, each angle hit a specific portion within the audience that you're trying to target. And each angle has a specific scalability, because each angle at one point it will reach saturation, which is within the big audience. But that doesn't mean that the audience is not scalable anymore. So how you squeeze it? By creating more angle. But more angle, it means more angle for the same user awareness stage, and more angle for different user awareness stage. And this is the same thing that happens with other audiences. So for instance, let's say you have like a female audience, which are like sport, female 25 to 45, for instance, and you have guys within like fitness, 30 plus, whatever, just giving you an example. But the thing is that you need to go deep with the audience when you think about it. So audience is not just like someone in fitness. For instance, audience could be someone in fitness which is also like an entrepreneur, like a business owner. And so audience B, it can be the same thing, but like in a different kind of approach. So someone who is into fitness, but instead of being a business owner, is a full-time employee. So someone that is basically working a 9 to 5. And so by doing this, you're basically you need to create creatives for different audiences with different angles for different market sophistication stages. And this allows you to actually unlock scalability. And this is what actually helped us. Now, you need to also understand this, that the most aware audience have the highest return on ad spend, but they are the smallest in terms of like scalability. While the less aware audience is the largest within a specific audience group, but they have the lowest return on ad spend. So you need to find the perfect balance of less aware audience you keep hitting, so then they become aware, and then you target them through different ads, and then you start making more profits because the audience is bigger, and so the ROAS keep being high. Okay, so this is actually the entire creative like pillars and strategy that we have followed and we have executed. Now let's talk about the offer, what we did, which is actually the most important thing here. Now we have worked on a new, and this is so important, complete offer, more complete offer. What does it mean? So instead of offering benefits within our offer, we offered our results. So we have shaped the way that we have presented our offer by benefits, from being a benefits-based offer to being a results-based offer. And this applies to everything. Like when you sell a piece of jewelry, it can be, I'm selling like a lab-grown diamond, which is like super perfect quality, whatever. Which is the actual results that people are getting from this ad, is that they will have a different kind of image within other people's mind, and so they feel better within the community and among other people. So is our results, and people need to understand that the results that they get through the products that you're selling. And I did the example with jewelry just to make something which is kind of difficult to understand sometimes when it comes to results-based things, because everything has a results outcome. I'm buying things because I want a results. And depending if I'm buying from weight loss or if I'm buying from jewelry, fashion, whatever it is. And also we have integrated a new thing here, which is quantity discounts, to raise the AOB and raise the return on ad spend. And we were able also to keep the same conversion rate, so it was basically just free money for our client. And in terms of offer, we also included some limited time and limited stock for this specific offer to add more urgency and scarcity. And we have not used any guarantee because the clients didn't want to use it, but it still worked anyways. And so these two things here, which is are basically at the end of the day the reason why people start work with us in terms of like brands they want to work with us, is because we basically help them to nail these two different things, which are the most important things when it comes to ads. And these are the things that you need to understand if you want to succeed as well. In terms of ads, again, go watch my other videos where I go more into deep about the actual ad strategy, but these things are not gonna change a lot in terms of performance what you're actually doing. These things here and this thing here is what actually is gonna make you, is actually what is gonna make your ads going from 2x to a 4x. Is not the actual ad setup. And yeah, guys, this is basically it for this video. If you're interested in working with us, feel free to reach out through the link in the comment, and I'll see you in the next video.